Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. This is going to be my Sherlock episode 2 video. Just careful for spoilers if you haven't seen the episode yet. Big major reveals. There is a new round of the Sherlock giveaway. It's just a $20 Amazon gift card. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. Winners are usually announced at the end, so be sure to click that bell to enable alerts so you don't miss anything. So many big reveals. There's something about the number 3. People just stop looking. So we learned about the third sibling with a teaser, maybe there might be a fourth because people stop looking after 3. We just met the third, and her name is Euros, not Sherrinford, which is on Mycroft's pad. So the actual episode title itself, The Lying Detective, is an Easter egg for The Adventure of the Dying Detective, which is a Culverton Smith story. So the basic plot of how Sherlock tries to trick Culverton into getting a confession out of him is basically lifted right out of that original Holmes story. In the book version, Sherlock just suspects him of his nephew's murder instead of being like an outright serial killer. But the way the book describes him just is so perfect, the way Toby Jones looks. It's just so creepy. So this is actually how it reads in the book. With a shrill cry of anger, a man rose from a reclining chair beside the fire. I saw a great yellow face, coarse-grained and greasy, with heavy, double chin and 2 sullen, menacing gray eyes which glared at me from under tufted and sandy brows. A high bald head had a small velvet smoking cap poised upon one side of its pink curve. The skull was of enormous capacity, and yet, as I looked down and saw to my amazement that the figure of the man was small and frail, twisted in the shoulders, and a back like one who had suffered from rickets in his childhood. So he's essentially describing Gollum from The Lord of the Rings, an upstanding member of the community who seems like this really impish, horrifying figure that just screams villain. Like you look at him and you just know that something's off. So the cinematography, the costume design, the makeup, everything looked amazing in this episode. It was so trippy, but you have to remember that Sherlock was on drugs so that he could go to hell as Mary had asked him. And for some reason, I missed the post-credit scene after the last episode, so I didn't learn about it till after the episode aired. But the guess is that she was giving him directions, like she wasn't cursing him. She was telling him to go to the place that is hell. So we got the explainer for that, and it was a roundabout way to save John Watson by having him save Sherlock. So it worked, and we finally found out what was up with Watson texting that mystery female, which, surprise, surprise, was the secret sibling of Mycroft and Sherlock. Not to be confused with Sherrinford, because when she's saying all the names of her family members, she leaves out Sherrinford.
Who are you?
Isn't it obvious? Haven't you guessed? I'm Euros.
Euros?
Silly name, isn't it? Greek, means the east wind. My parents loved silly names, like Euros, or Mycroft, or Sherlock. Oh, look at him. Didn't it ever occur to you, not even once, that Sherlock's secret brother might just be Sherlock's secret sister?
In Sherrinford, the theoretical third brother that's supposed to be even smarter than Mycroft, like Sherlock is smart, Mycroft is even smarter, and Sherrinford is supposed to be this towering intellect above all of them, was originally the name that Arthur Conan Doyle was going to name Sherlock, his main character, but then changed it. The character doesn't literally exist in the canon of the books. It was just a theoretical creation to explain why Sherlock and Mycroft weren't forced to follow their parents in their chosen profession and were able to go off and do the things that they did during the novels. So Sherrinford was something that was added after the fact to sort of clean up the logic of the stories just a little bit. But because the producers pull from all over Sherlock canon, and because they had that very special line, everyone stops looking after 3, there's the theory that they will actually do Sherrinford on the TV show. People kept thinking that it was going to be Tom Hiddleston. They interviewed him at the Golden Globes, and he's like, why do people keep saying that? I'm not doing Sherlock. I'm not on that TV show. So the third secret sibling in this episode, Euros, is probably the person that Mycroft is referring to when he says the other one. Someone who is kept locked in a tower as John Watson jokes. So by the end of the episode, the way she explains it is that she left Sherlock a lot of clues, so when he's deducing things about her, like she lives in a very small room because of the way the paper's folded and the way the sunlight fell on it, you kind of have to take that with a grain of salt because, like the literal name of the episode, The Lying Detective, she's lying quite a bit, and she was lying to Sherlock, so it's hard to know exactly what her backstory is, but presumably we'll find out in the next episode because of that major cliffhanger. The crazy thing, if you missed it, is she says that a mutual friend put her in touch with Culverton, which gave her Faith's original note, like the actual daughter of Culverton, who Sherlock thought he was meeting with. So the note itself was authentic, but Euros here sounds like she might have been working with Moriarty because of the Miss Me. So even though Sherlock is playing Moriarty's great game, his sibling is a part of it. So you see how they're like twisting this, making this a very tight family affair, just heightening the drama that way. So Sherlock is going to have to take someone down by the end of the series, possibly kill someone again, and it sounds like it might end up being his sister, which is all the more tragic, which is, very in keeping with the tone of the series. So the Culverton plot is still ongoing, like he just keeps confessing like he'll totally walk off scot-free. It's like during series 2 where Moriarty was like very happy to give himself over to the police, like he wanted to get caught because he knew he would be able to get off. So as Culverton says, he has all this money, wealth, he's very tight with the Queen, he could get off scot-free if he wants, so he can't stop confessing, even though Sherlock says that their evidence is inadmissible. So the Culverton plot will carry over into the next episode, as well as Sherlock and Mycroft's sisters. So it wasn't all completely WTF. I love the way they use Mary in this episode. And Mrs. Hudson was amazing. Of course that's my car. I was married to a drug dealer. No, you can't borrow it. In fact, she actually solves the mystery of Sherlock for Mycroft. She's like, look, what does Sherlock do when he can't solve a mystery? He stabs something. He shoots the wall. So she was just a complete badass in this episode. And it was a great way to open it too with that car chase scene where she just gets out and then, surprise, surprise, Sherlock is in the boot. So even though it was a drug-fueled tour de force, there was a lot of humor in the episode. But let me know in the comments, do you actually think that they're going to reveal Sherrinford is the secret fourth Holmes sibling? That would be like a crazy WTF. Everybody stops looking after 3. And I almost forgot, Irene Adler is still very much a part of the series. He even admitted to texting her in moments of weakness. He's like, we're all human, John, when he was trying to explain that even though Watson was cheating on his wife by texting, he was a human being, everyone is human. So they finally revealed when his birthday was. No idea if they intend to actually physically bring her on in an episode. I don't know if Laura Pulver, the actress, was available, but it would be amazing for the fans, especially if they're not going to do another season of Sherlock for a while. They haven't really announced what their plans are after this season, so we can talk about that when I post my finale video, but it would be a lot of fun. Speaking of which, congratulations to this week's giveaway winner, Steven Montez. You win a $20 Amazon gift card. Just be sure to private message me on the back end of my channel so I can get your contact details. There's a new round that started in this video, so I'll just announce the winner the next time I post a Sherlock video. So new episode posting next week. Who knows, maybe they'll surprise us and there'll be like a secret 4th episode, but I'm not expecting that. While you guys wait for that to post, you can click here for my Sherlock episode 1 video, and you can click here for all the other crazy stuff that's coming up that you guys need to get really excited about. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.